We went to the mall, so
Hello.
Okay.
Hey,
Whoa.
I accidentally cut you off. You said you had been at the mall, but hello, chat, and hello, Tia.
Hi, chat. Hope everyone's having a good day.
Hello to it. Thank you, Brian, for welcome, and thank you for joining. Um, so I have all kinds of good questions for you, Tia. Oh my goodness, a range. We have a range of things.
I'm excited.
Okay. So I guess I'll go ahead and start and then we'll just let it go as we go. So the first thing for people who don't know who you are, which a couple people in the chat were asking, who is Tia? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your channel?
Of course, she can't hear me. Can you hear me, Allie, good?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. Oh my God. Well, I started my makeup channel in 2017, and I didn't like the quality. So we waited for a little bit, and I upgraded the quality, and I did a few videos. Then I realized I needed a computer. So then I stopped for 2 years, and then I decided that I had something to say to the world. So I added to um, like commentary slash makeup because I felt like, to be honest with you, I added commentary because of Katie Joy. There was doing that was making me really, really mad. And I'm like, I gotta say something. So that's when I just decided I'm gonna do makeup and commentary. So I just combined the two.
Oh, that is so cool. And that was one of the things that I had thought about asking you if because I love makeup. And before I ever watched true crime on here, I would still watch it like on TV, but I would only watch makeup on YouTube like all day, every day, like all the new just every kind. I'd watch tutorials, also the gossip, everything. And I noticed that they need really good equipment, really good cameras. I mean, I think a makeup channel you have to have way better equipment than for doing like what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to have like really good ring lights, and we had to get all of those things. And thank God for my fiance who just kind of pushed me to do it. You know what I mean? And we just invested. But I love doing makeup. I just don't like it as much. I love makeup. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like it as much as I used to. It feels like it's not the same anymore. Does that make any sense? The,
Yeah, it
tutor-
does.
the tutorials have changed. It just seems like it's not. I don't want to be all glamorous. Like watching Jacqueline Hill, it's not the same watching her anymore. Or who else do I watch? Jackie Ayana, she's one of my favorites. Everything's just so. I don't even know how to explain it anymore. It's the same as it used to be. I wish makeup tutorials would go back the way that they used to be. So
Yeah.
that's why too, because I was getting bored with just doing makeup. And if I'm bored watching it, then so are the if I'm bored watching it, then I'm gonna be bored. I wanted to add something to it, like Bailey Sarius in a lot of ways.
Yeah, which is really cool. And I agree with you. I kind of got like bored too. And I don't know what it is, whether it's like all the nonsense happening in that community or what, but it just changed. It's not the same as like 3, 4 years ago. I mean, the YouTube makeup world was just so exciting. And I don't know. I think it's changed too. But I wouldn't let that get in your way because you're very good at makeup. I mean, very good at makeup. And you have a great personality. You're very kind hearted and loving and warm. And I think you will go far. So don't let that stop you. But yeah, I agree. And I want to say quickly, I was just on Mexi's Patreon. We talked about a little bit of everything. You guys should definitely go check that out. It was a lot of fun. Thank you, Mexi, for having me on. That was so awesome. Thank you. So if you could describe yourself in 3 words, Teaya, what would you choose?
Oh gosh. Happy. Intelligent. And stubborn. Well, I gotta say too. Yeah, I would say happy, intelligent, stubborn.
Oh, awesome.
I am a whole bunch of stuff. I'm a Gemini.
My mom's a Gemini. I gravitate towards Geminis. Woofie's a Gemini. It's weird, but yeah, I gravitate towards them for some reason. I'm a Virgo, but yeah.
Virgo is just fine. I'm a Virgo, right? Yes, my son is a Virgo.
Is he OCD at all?
No. I wish.
Well, I wasn't until I grew up, and then like as an adult, yeah, I have a lot of Virgo qualities. As a child, maybe not so much. Oh, Bryn is a Gemini, and Melissa's daughter. Hey, Sandy Beach. Okay. So I was going to ask, when did you start your channel? But you kind of did go into that. But okay. So have you always wanted to do makeup as a job, or what was your dream job as a child?
My dream job as a child was to be an attorney.
Oh, wow.
That was always my dream job. But did they go to school for too long? I don't want to go to school for that long. So makeup was always my passion. 15, 10, 10, 15. My mom was in cosmetology, and she used to do makeup too. So I just gravitated towards it. I love makeup. So, hold on. My kids are about to get out of the car. 1 second. Go ahead. Okay.
I'm going to ask her some juicy questions in a minute, but I got to get, some basic ones down first. And nothing too, crazy. Oh, thank you, Melissa, for sharing that. Oh, my goodness, you guys. I'll be so happy when today is over and I can just go relax, and which will probably be a long time because Bentley's napping, and that means he'll have a second wind.
Okay, I'm back.
Kim's a Virgo, and give us the juicy one. Okay, Teaya. So do you watch a lot of YouTube?
Oh, yes. That's all I really watch is YouTube.
Ooh, look at you. Damn, you look pretty, Teaya. Beautiful.
I'll be out there in a minute. We are actually at the park, but I'm cool. I'm good. Okay.
Okay. Oh, my God, you look so pretty.
Thank you. So do you. You look gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Always.
So do you. Okay, so what videos do you like making the best? The makeup videos, or the commentary, or the social justice issues?
I'm going to go ahead and say the social justice issues more, because I like bringing awareness to those kinds of things. I feel like that's more important than makeup. So I'm going to say that because it's important to me, and it's important. I'd not be afraid to talk about it.
Yeah, it is important.
When you're talking about different things like that, it's very sensitive, and it's not easy. It's not easy. So I would say that for sure.
Yeah, I could see why, but those are the most important if you think about it, of all of them, because commentary could be important too, but still not the same. So what topic do you think isn't discussed enough?
These are really good questions, Allie.
Thank you.
I think missing Indigenous women are not discussed enough. I think there has been a lot of murders. Can I say that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, murders of transgender people. I don't know if you know that,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like there needs to be more awareness to those kinds of things because not many people talk about it at all.
Yeah, you are so right. I did a video on missing and murdered Indigenous women for my TikTok a while ago, but I think that I agree with you. That needs to be talked about more, and especially with all these, these schools, them finding all these bodies, these mass graves and stuff. That kind of fits in with that. But isn't there, I know there's issues with a lot of trans women being murdered, but isn't it even more like black trans women are like at a super high rate? Yeah, that's what I thought. Which is so awful and sad and just
We should come that one day.
yes, I'm down. I would love to do that. That'd be awesome. Okay, let's see what I got. Oh yeah, and I was excited to see your video on Eugenia Cooney. I've been following that story for quite a while now, and I think that's another really important story. And for you to be like, I'm just like you, like, it just makes people feel like there's more. I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying? Like to see more. Yeah, I love to see that. So there is a lot of craziness that happens on YouTube. How do you deal with that? And how do you kind of separate the stress from YouTube and your regular life as a mom and stuff?
Oh, for goodness. The one thing that I think is really important is not to let you, I know it's hard to say because I'm sure that it's happened with you too, Allie, to not let your YouTube life interfere with your personal life. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like what YouTube, try to keep it on YouTube. And I know that's hard. It's easier said than done, but that's how I manage is I try to separate the two. And when I'm off of YouTube, I'm off of YouTube. Another thing is I've definitely looked to you as an inspiration because of the way that you handle things with such class, Melissa as well. And I don't watch videos made about me. I won't watch them. But if I watch them, I'm just going to respond, right?
Yeah.
A bad temper. So therefore, what's the point of me watching them? So I just try to keep my YouTube separate, and how I deal with like the kids and stuff like that, I'm still trying to figure that out.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, it is hard. And thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. I will say I have to start looking at you for inspiration because I can't do that. If I think that a video is going to be made about me, I won't respond. I've gotten really good at, as I've matured and grown up, at not being too reactive. I used to be really emotionally reactive, like really bad. And I've learned not to do that, but I got to see it. I want to know what's being said. Like I hate that. I need to get out of that. Uh-oh, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Now I can.
You watch videos about yourself?
Oh my gosh, yes. I have to see what. I got to stop doing that.
No. It's not going to do anything but make it worse for you.
I know.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
And
just making sure.
I know, you're right. Oh, by the way, Coach says, "Hey, Allie, I just wish Teaya would say hello to me."
Ooh. I'm sorry,
Coach,
I can't see the chat.
it's Coach. The name is Coach, and
hi, Coach. Chat. I can't see the chat. I'm sorry.
Okay, so what advice would you give to somebody who wants to start a channel?
What'd you say, Allie? I'm sorry.
That's okay. I said, what advice would you give to somebody who wants to start a channel?
Wow. I would say do it. Do it. Don't wait for the right equipment, the right lighting. Don't wait until you have the perfect camera. Just do it. Take your phone and do it. And all of that other stuff will come along. Don't be like me and wait 2 years. And I shouldn't have done that. I should have just been happy with what I had and just continued. But I felt like with makeup, I had to offer really good quality. But I recommend to anybody, if you want to start a YouTube channel, just do it. Don't wait. Start now, and all that good stuff will come later.
That is perfect advice, because I did this and I know so many people who want to do it, but they won't take that final jump.
Right.
So
just do it. Like Nike, just do it.
Okay, so when did you fall in love with makeup?
Oh my, probably at the age of 8. I just used to watch my mother do her makeup, and I used to just fantasize about one day doing makeup. I've always been obsessed with makeup since the age of 8. And I used to watch her do makeup on her friends and her clients. And I just loved it from that moment on. And I know a lot of people don't like makeup, and they say makeup's fake and makeup's this and makeup's that. I will always love makeup. I don't care what anybody says about me. It's just, I've been in love with it ever since I was very, very young, 8 years old.
Makeup is not fake, and I hate that, because I'm in love with makeup too. Always have been. I remember I'd be 9 years old wearing full on eyeliner every day, and my mom's friends would be like, "Your daughter does eyeliner better than I do." But we don't do it because we want other people to see us some way. It's because of how it makes you feel, right? It just makes you feel better. If you get up and get dressed and do your makeup, then you just feel good. You're ready to go and do whatever you got to do. I don't know. It's just something about it, and it's special the way that it does that for you. You
are 100% right.
It gives confidence when you don't have any confidence, or when you need it.
Exactly.
So, there was this big drama on YouTube with James Charles, Tati Westbrook, Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And, he lost all those subscribers really quickly. And YouTube, after that, said they were going to change things. They were going to make sure people were following terms of service, try to stop the bullying and harassment and stuff. Now, I haven't seen a change. Have you seen a change?
No. As a matter of fact, it's getting worse. In my opinion, James Charles should have been gone a long time ago. But that's just my opinion. It does seem like Jeffree Star is getting a little bit better. But I don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know if it's all fake or if it's a front that he's putting, that he's putting forward. I don't like how many chances James Charles has had. He has done too much. YouTube needs to be more aware of these toxic creators here on YouTube. 100%.
Yeah, who are actively using their platform to go find. I mean, how many times does he have to be caught talking to underage kids and using his platform and using that as a way to get in with them? So I agree with you.
Yeah,
it needs to go. Oh, thank you, Sandy Beach, so much. And she said makeup and memoirs of a geisha. I think you red hair and everything. Thank you. So were you happy though to see Tati return? Or do you like Tati, or how do you feel about her?
No, I like Tati. I don't like all the things that she does, but Tati's no G. I've been watching Tati since I was younger. I've always liked how elegant and classy Tati has been. I think she just got involved with the wrong crowd, and people keep saying that she's too old to do these kinds of things. But first of all, Tati is not that old, for one. Okay, let's be real here. And for two, you can make mistakes at any age. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You can hang around the wrong crowd at any age. I'm happy to see her back. I just hope that she makes better decisions now that she's back, which I think that she will. But I've learned a lot from Tati. I've been watching her for a long time, and I'm happy she's back. I'm very
Yeah,
happy.
me too.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think she got wrapped up with these people and she didn't know how to deal with it or handle it. And I don't
Right.
think that she has that toxicity in her naturally as Jeffree Star. I mean, come on. Have we all seen the videos of that? Why are we lifting up Jeffree Star and James Charles? These are the most, these people are racist. Like after children, come on, we can do better. How many makeup artists are out there that have
Right.
good content and they are talented? It's frustrating.
That's
So
my problem. That's my problem. But there's so many amazing makeup artists out there, and we just focus on the same one. That has to stop. It really
yeah,
does.
absolutely. Okay, so this is going to get real for a minute, but I think it's important we talk about this. So do you feel it's harder for Black creators, and especially in the makeup industry, than it is for non-Black creators?
Yes.
It is. I agree.
100%. I know that I have to work. Let's just say if you were a makeup artist, I know that I have to work a lot harder than you would have to. Not saying that that's taking away from how hard you work.
Yeah.
I just would have to work doubly hard.
Yeah.
And I think it has a lot to do with YouTube itself. But it is it's a struggle. It's a struggle for Black creators, especially here on YouTube. For
I
sure.
agree. And you know what? My thing, I've always wanted my moment to get to speak about this. I'm not Black, so I never insert myself in these conversations. I think, we should allow the voices that have heard. But I agree. It's
Right.
pathetic that there are still makeup companies who don't create enough shades for darker skinned people. Like, come on, this is 2021. Go in your local store and look at the shade selection and tell me, because I know where I'm at, there might be one dark shade.
Right.
I'm in a rural area in West Virginia, and I know like where my mom's at, it's more, mixed. But let's just go with new releases. I mean, they don't release enough bronzers and dark enough blushes and dark enough it's just the truth. And it's time that they start. I mean, there's no
I'm so
excuse.
happy that you said that now. Just like me at Sephora today, I went straight for Fenty because Fenty is literally made other makeup brands look like shit. Any other makeup brand that comes out with any kind of foundation or anything, Fenty just blew all of them out of the park.
Yeah.
That's why I love Fenty so much, but Fenty should not be that only makeup brand that has such a wide variety of shades. But you are 100% right, Allie, and I'm glad that you brought that up because it is a huge problem in the makeup industry. Like for me, I'm like in the middle, so it's not that hard for me, but imagine for a deeper tone Black woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine how hard that is for her if she goes to Walmart or all those other stores that they don't hardly offer any shade range. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I cannot imagine, like that Nima Tang, she always does that darkest shade. Like
Yes.
she'll try the darkest shade of a foundation from each line. I told you, I'm into the makeup.
She is so beautiful.
She is beautiful, yes. But can you
my goodness.
imagine how heartbreaking? Like, I don't know. You could probably imagine it more than I could, but I try to put myself in everyone's shoes, and I just feel like that would be so sad and heartbreaking to not feel included. It's fucked up. I do want to read a funny comment. Jennifer Sharp said, "I'd like an order of Alex's hair and Tia's makeup stuff." Thank you, Jennifer.
Sweet.
That's funny. Okay, so let's see. I got this is all mixed up, but I'll just, okay. You've covered Without a Crystal Ball a lot. So were you shocked to see that she had that lawsuit with Tati?
No,
And
that's the reason why I did commentary on my channel.
because of her, yeah, she's a
I'm not
mess.
gonna lie to you guys. Like, I would never be that person to have my whole channel about her, but she has hurt a lot of people. She really, really has. And she has stepped on a lot of people to get to where she's at. And that's just the truth.
Yeah. Well, I don't know enough about what she's done, but I do know like the actions that I've seen her with Tati, the reporting she did on Tati, all of the, yeah, I wasn't happy about that. But
Yeah. But I'm not gonna say that I would never like her. I'm just saying I don't like the things that she does. I just
right.
don't. You know what I mean? I don't agree with them.
Well, I mean, you got to, hello, dear terms of service. You got to stand up for what you believe in. I saw your video on the critical thinking versus emotional thinking, and that was, I was going to tell you, you are so mature, and you're, I don't know, I just love your channel because I know adults on YouTube who can't do that. They're emotionally reacting instantly. They're not critically thinking. They'll watch, whatever creator tell them this story. They don't want to see the other side of the story. They don't even think about the other side. I mean, it's just so like nice to see somebody who actually is thinking with like their head. You have some good content. You guys have to go over there and check it out. Another one I wanted to talk to you about was your Beyonce stuff. And
Oh,
I didn't know she had her own church.
yes.
Like,
Beyonce is I'm not done talking about her. I've never seen a celebrity that's of her status that is Black. I think it's amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I also think it has a lot to do with other things like magic and the occult. And I'm not that big on the Illuminati, but it has a lot to do with those kinds of things. Anytime you are praised as a god, something's not right. That's
yeah.
my opinion. Something's not right. I love Beyonce. I love her, but I would never look to her as a god. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
She is beautiful, and I will never forget when she came up. I was in like middle school ish whenever Beyonce's or Destiny's Child was happening, and there weren't a lot of girls. Like I've always been a curvy girl. I did cheerleading and gymnastics. I was thick, and when I was younger there was no thick girls out there, and I remember seeing Beyonce, Shakira, and JLo and being like, oh my gosh, like yes, it's happening.
I love that. She definitely, it's all of them. They changed the game as far as and that's what I said on my Eugenia Cooney video. Thankfully curves are embraced more now. And that makes me happy. Like her bootylicious is in the dictionary, you know what I mean, from Destiny's Child. So it's awesome that now I think all body types are absolutely beautiful, and I think curves in particular are beautiful.
Hey, Angie. Yeah, if you don't jump to put your jeans on, baby, you don't feel my pain. That hurts. I'm like, yes.
I love that. I love it because it's so true. It's so true.
Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, here's another one, and I've covered this a little bit. So you've also discussed Britney Spears. It is unreal what they've gotten away with her for all this time. Oh, thank you, Angie, so much. I appreciate that. What are your thoughts on that, on Britney and the whole thing?
Well, I'm going to turn my camera off real quick. I think that it's sad. I think that Britney Spears didn't have enough people around her that had her best interest at heart, and it's a shame that her own family did these things to her. It's very, very sad. I pray that because I've always been a Britney Spears fan. I pray that things get better for her. I have heard some good news when it comes to her case, but I just think that why things turned out so badly for her is because she had too many yes people around her instead of people telling her the truth.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I think her family was more interested in what they could get out of her than her actual, happiness and mental health, because her dad would push her to work when she clearly shouldn't have been. And he would, be so strict on her outfits and just different things that, I'm sorry, it's like modern day slavery. Seriously. They've got this woman working, making millions and millions of dollars every single night in Vegas, dancing and singing. And yet she can't even have but a couple $100 a week to spend on her own. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's such a mess. I think that I hope more people keep talking about it until she's free. And then when she is, can you imagine, wonder what she'll do and what that will feel like? I don't know.
I think it's a concern for me when she's free, actually. It's like, how's she going to respond and handle it? But I also think that, I don't know. I think that they definitely robbed her blind, because to have an estate of only 50 million or something like that, even though that's a lot of money, she should have way more than that. Way more than that. It's sad because this is her family that did this to her, not just people she didn't. It's family. And it's if you can't trust family, who can you trust?
Yeah, and Lee Free says she can't even ride in her boyfriend's car. She can't have babies. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think we have the element of mental health here, and we don't know her mental health status. So I think there's better ways to protect her and look out for her than, keeping all of her money and treating her like, a slave, making her work when she doesn't want to, and different things like that. I think that, there's better ways to go about that. I do worry though with her mental health, if there is a serious enough issue for if they just let her completely free. I'm hoping that there's stages,
Yeah. And not just, excuse me, let her free right off the bat. I think that it needs to be gradually. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I totally
because
agree.
She's been, sheltered for so long.
So how did you get kind of so intermingled with the true crime community? Was that really just through the drama community, the commentary drama aspect of it? Or do you ever, I didn't see any, do you ever, yeah, go ahead, answer.
I don't even know. How did I? I was just literally, I met, I don't even want to say her name. Her, M. Okay, fine. Mandy. I met her, and how did I meet her? I can't even remember. Oh, I was on her channel one day, and I met her. Then she started coming on my channel, and then one day she was on my panel, and then Natasha came on my panel. And that's how I kind of started talking to people in the true crime community. And then, thank God, I met Melissa. Then I met you. I've met some amazing people, but then I've met some really bad people too.
Yeah, it's a mess. It is a mess, but I'm glad that it happened that way, because I'm happy to know you now. And I think that we're lucky to have you on here, and I'm happy to know about your channel. So I'm glad it happened.
Me too. I'm really, really blessed to have met the people that I met, including you. And I think you're absolutely amazing. And like I said, I've definitely looked to you for inspiration as far as the way that you handled things when that whole thing blew up. I really, really like the way you and Melissa handled it. I really do.
Well, thank you.
I respect it.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
it was hard, and I really like you and I appreciate that. And it was hard. It's so hard to be quiet, especially when there's things circulating about you all over that aren't true. You know, most of the
Yes.
things aren't even true. But then you have to think back, like me and Melissa kept talking about, like reacting out of emotion or just like thinking it through, because, you know, the more if you want something to go away, you don't just continue to talk about it and
To
all of
talk
that.
about it. Right.
Yeah. And then it's hard because it's like, for me, if it would have, now I had never ever been into the drama with people. Like I hadn't even watched, I didn't really know like what side of things people were on and stuff. And yeah, it was just, I don't know, it was a whole disaster getting wrapped up in that. But a lot of it was my personal life, and had it been, you know, just regular BS issues that, you know, people argue about, sometimes that would have been one thing. But then when you try to bring, like, when my personal life is involved, I think that's why I try to be really smart and you know, be quiet and just let it go, because, you know, I know who I am. I know who I am. I have worked on myself. I have put in blood, sweat, and tears to get myself through my addiction and build myself up to who I am now. And I choose to be a good person who I'm proud of. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I do want to say that it took a lot more strength to be quiet than it would have taken for me to just like completely lose it, you know.
Yeah, can I just say something? I really think that things can be misconstrued a little bit. So I just want to make sure that everyone's aware, excuse me, that people didn't attack other people. People don't attack other people because they feel like those people are weak, or they feel like this person can't speak up for themselves. To me, I feel like the stronger people are the ones who are attacked more than weaker people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're going to try to break down somebody that's strong versus somebody who's already weak. I think a lot of people think that why you've gotten attacked, or maybe why other people have gotten attacked, because bullies prey on the weak. That's not true. Bullies don't prey on the weak. Bullies prey on strong people, on people who are strong enough to be themselves and stand on their own 2 feet without the help of anybody else. That's who bullies attacked. When I was attacked in high school, threatened every day to get my face cut up and get jumped and all these kind of stuff by different girls, they didn't attack me because they thought I was weak. They attacked me because they knew I was strong, and they tried to break me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it
Bullies
does make
don't just go around trying to attack weak people. They go around trying to attack strong people to see how far they can get that person to go. And it takes a very strong person to not respond. It does.
And I'm sorry that you went through that in high school. That's awful. But you're right. They were picking on you because they felt like threatened by you, especially if they were saying they were going to cut your face and stuff. I mean, that's awful. That is just awful. And I would, you know, I know what I've lived through. I am strong. I am very strong. And I know that there are actually, I've seen it. I've seen what I've lived through break so many people, whether that's the trauma I've lived through, the addiction I've lived through, all kinds of things. So there ain't a soul on this earth that can tell me that I'm not strong, because I know I am. You know what I mean? But
absolutely,
it is what it is. I mean, sometimes
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Teaya, and I'm proud of you. And, you know, it's interesting because it brings up like this conversation about perception, which I always think about that when you're dealing with conflict and issues and stuff. So you may perceive a situation in one way while this person watching it, you know what I mean? And then that's where a lot of things get twisted. I think it's fascinating that way that perception is reality, right? Because what we perceive, like if someone perceived me as weak, for instance, then that is their reality. They might truly believe that. But it's just fascinating the way that perception is like that. You know what I mean? We can both be watching the same thing happen, and both of us like see two different things.
Exactly. You are 100% right. And that's why I love you. You're so intelligent.
Oh,
You're a
thank you.
very, very intelligent, strong woman.
Thank you. And so are you. Well, and speaking of that, so I do want to ask you a couple true crime questions, but I think that I want to ask you, like, what is the biggest lesson of your life that you've learned that you think would be like helpful information to somebody? Maybe like the worst point in your life you've been at, or whatever, where you've learned something that's really changed your life. Can you think of anything?
Situation that has changed my life. Definitely
Mm-hmm.
losing my mom. Losing my mom was probably the most traumatic thing that I've ever had to endure. And what I learned was that I will never be able to stop that. I will never be able to be the same person without my mom.
Oh,
I learned that a part of me is with her. And that was the part where I just had to learn to be strong without her. I had to learn how to live without my mom. That's
whew.
probably the most biggest lesson I learned in my life because she was really all I had. And of course, my
Oh,
kid.
yeah, I'm so sorry. That's so
That's
sad.
okay.
Well, I just think like my mom is such an important person in my life. I can't imagine what that would have been. Like I said, it's instant for me. I'm trying to look at things from the other person's perspective, right? And that would just be, ooh, I'm sorry.
It's
Rough.
hard, but I know she's with us every day. So that keeps me going, right?
Yeah. Mm. You kind of had to like relearn how to live life, right? Without.
Yep, that's exactly it. I had to learn how to live my life without my other half. And that was hard. That was very, very hard. But then I know that she's just brought amazing people into my life as far as like my fiance and my 3 boys and things like that. Like there's just, I know she's with me every day, so that's what keeps me going. But that was the most probably traumatic time of my life because I had to like you just said, relearn how to live life. And that's hard.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
It's
Kim
okay.
D says her mom died when she was 21. I'm sorry to you too, Kim. That's awful.
I'm
21 is
sorry.
young.
Yeah, that's very young. I actually was fortunate enough to have my mom till I was in my mid-30s, but I couldn't imagine if I lost her young. So my heart goes out to her.
Mm. And thank you, Sandy Jersey Girl. I appreciate that. Oh, Sandy Jersey Girl said she lost her mother 12 years ago. Well, I'm so sorry to all of you guys. That's just heartbreaking. I know, like, oh, I don't know how Mother's Day probably is so rough, and days like that, Christmas, and anyways, let's get off of that. Okay, so,
I'm
um,
sorry.
no, you don't be sorry. I love it. I'm glad, but anyways, I don't want to like make you sad or the chat or whatever, keeping talking about it. So, um, are you familiar with the Chris Watts crime, with that story?
Yes. And I've tried my best to stay away from that case because there's just the people surrounded around that case. I can't with it. I cannot. Like it is
Yeah.
so much toxicity and drama surrounded around that case that it takes away from everything involved in the case, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right. And that's all it does is take the attention and focus off these people who have lost their life. And even some people, and I'm one of them, believes that other people could have been involved. Well, they're never, like, when the people who are supposed to keep talking about it are only talking about drama and BS, like, what, nobody's helping anybody, you know?
Right.
It's just a mess.
It just seems like there's so many toxic people surrounded around this case. It's crazy to me. You know,
Oh,
it's just
yeah,
crazy.
there definitely is. A lot of the people that I'll just say I've had some crazy interactions when dealing with people from the Watts case of all kinds, good and bad, and some really crazy, bizarre ones. Jeep Girl, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And so just for like shits and giggles, do you think that he's guilty, and do you think that he had help?
I think he had help. I do think he's guilty. I am one of those people that believe that he had help from more than one person, not
wow,
just
okay.
his mistress. Yeah, that's what I think. And I know that it's controversial to think that way, but I am one of those people that believe that his mistress was involved. Do you watch CDT?
Yeah, actually, Kelly's one of my friends. I love Kelly, but
Yeah, I like them, and they just got me to look at it in a different way. And a lot of things, a lot of their theories, I agree with. So I
oh,
don't
I
know.
cannot wait to tell them you said that, because they're both mods in my chat, but they're not here right now. Kelly's channel is CDT. Amber's on there with her a lot, but she has her own channel, actually, Amber Truth Seeker.
Yes,
And they are going to love like hearing that, because you're not really a true crime channel, but because of their channel, that's awesome.
I'm so
Um,
happy for them too, and the success for their channel too. I've been watching them for a while.
yeah, they're awesome people. I will tell you that. Those are two girls that they truly, they have huge hearts, and they're not gonna get involved in a bunch of chaos and stuff. They've been
Yes,
really good to me. Oh,
yes.
thank you, Lynn. Love you too, and thank you for being here.
Hey,
Um,
Lynn.
I did want to just ask you like some random stuff about cases. That's why I asked that, because it's kind of what I cover. And I know you probably are very familiar with the Michael Long. Isn't that the last name of the little? What was her name?
Yes. Uh-huh. So,
Yeah. So
Sophie. Mhm.
is Sophie still missing?
Yes.
That
He
case
has
is
her.
a mess.
He has her father has her. He won't return her from what the last time I've been updated on the case. He won't return her.
What a mess. I'll never forget when that video came out of her trying to avoid going to her mom's, and the internet kind of blew up with, because I was watching, I didn't have a channel, but I was watching, and all these channels I followed were covering that. And then recently it's kind of come out that she may have been coached and everything, which was shocking, because she was a good actress, because
Yeah.
that was convincing.
Yeah. That case is another case that a lot of toxicity is around that case too. I've spoken about it once, and I'm not saying I would never speak about it again, but I don't want to get too involved with that case either, because there is so much toxicity around that case, so much doxing and just ridiculous stuff. It's crazy.
That is crazy. And another one that's kind of becoming a little bit like, which Mexi and I had talked about this, like Watts-esque and like that, the Summer Wells case.
Yes, yes. I have noticed that.
Yeah, when it started, I had made a video, not really like my usual video, but just of like the TikToks that her mom had uploaded about her. And I had had some conversation with other creators, and no one was really covering it. And I never expected at that time for it to be like it is now, which I'm glad for Summer. But then I always think about, like, think of all these other little kids who are, you know, missing, and these creators, they see, oh, Summer Wells is getting a lot of views. Let me make a video every single day with no updates and no new information. And instead they could be doing videos on children who are, you know, missing, that haven't heard anything, or murdered children or whatever, you know.
And that's why I like your channel, Allie, because you cover a lot of things. You don't just stick to one case for clout. You can tell that this is something that you are very passionate about, and you do a lot of cases. You don't just focus on one, and I think that's amazing.
Thank you, Teaya. Well, I actually did a video today. This is so crazy. In Russia, this woman was just had her third baby, and she's at the hospital laying in bed with her baby. And this was a TikTok, though. I could upload it, and I might, but another woman who had just had her second baby walks over, grabs her baby, walks to the window, and just tosses him like a day-old infant out onto the ground. And he passed away, unfortunately. But the parents are like, you know, we don't want her to be punished. We don't want her to, you know, we want her to get to live her life, which is interesting to me. And I'm sure she has mental health issues, which why that could be a part of it. That wasn't in the interview that I saw, but yeah, there's crazy stuff happening like that every single day.
That is horrible.
Can you imagine? And they were like sharing it. The article said they were late. Their beds were at an arm's length of each other. So can you imagine? You're in the hospital. You just have a baby, and you know you're exhausted and just like, ugh. And someone does that to you, like, oh my God, how she didn't get up and strangle her immediately. I don't know what I would have done. I'd probably be in prison.
I would too. That is horrible.
Yeah. And it's not often that these cases happen like right in front of you, but this was like right in front of her. Awful.
Oh my Lord Jesus.
So you said that you're not really I'm pretty much through most of my questions, but I do want to go back to that Beyonce stuff because that's so interesting to me. And then I have a question about like your favorite beauty products. But with Beyonce, so have you ever heard of, wait, do you know the YouTube creator Sloan? Yes. Okay. And he does a video about the Kardashians and these magic candles. Or no, maybe it's not Sloan. It's Tasha K's Storm Monroe. Do you know who that is?
What did you say about the case?
Storm Monroe is who did the video, though. Tasha K's like little he's under yeah. It was about the Kardashians, and they had these candles like Storm Monroe showed Kris Kardashian back like 20 years ago doing a commercial with this lady in LA where for these magic candles where you wish for whatever you want and you burn them and all of this, and like say you want to be successful and then it happens. And then to see where Kris kind of turned out is pretty interesting with that. And it kind of falls into the Beyonce stuff. So is that pretty much what you think, like what Beyonce is doing, or what is, can you go into more details?
Beyonce is part of the OTO. If you are familiar with Aleister Crowley, I'm not sure, you might not know who that is. Definitely look him up.
I saw your video, yeah, and I had heard that name, but I watched your video, and you showed like that book and that quote. Yeah, keep going.
It's more about magic and witchcraft with Beyonce, and what her and JayZ practice, which is they are in my opinion, Luciferians, and Luciferians believe that they are gods.
Mm.
They are the gods of their, their own life. They are the ones that make things happen. Nobody makes things happen. Their JayZ has always been very blatant about it. Beyonce is a little bit more secretive about it. However, Beyonce has definitely been caught with like a Baphomet. I don't know if familiar with Baphomet, but he is a representation, I feel like, of Luciferianism. He's a hermaphrodite. If you look him up, Beyonce wears a Baphomet ring. It's about magic, and I don't know if I believe in it or not, but something's up because. Sorry, can you hear me? We're on the freeway.
Yeah.
Something's up because, to me personally, Beyonce and JayZ are very, very talented people. I believe they deserve every bit of success that they have. However, how on top they are is questionable to me because of the way the world works. And they're just too powerful in this world for something not to be used. It's hard for me to convey it. I would have to be able to like put it together into words for you because there's so much, Allie. There's so much. And I will talk to you about it one day.
Yeah, that is so interesting to me. And
Go ahead.
I was just going to tell Meg, you do have videos on this on your channel.
Yeah.
But
I do believe that it has a lot to do with magic, black magic, that they are where they're at. I'm not going to lie, because who do you know really that's more powerful than them? And because they are black is something that I think it's great. I love seeing that, but in the same sense, I do think it has a lot to do with magic.
That's interesting. So, are you familiar with Storm Monroe?
No.
I'll have to send you a video because he does tons of these like celebrity magic, Illuminati, different videos like that. And he's also like a gossip channel. So he also does like celebrity gossip, but I'll send it to you. It's pretty good.
Yes, please send it to me.
Meg, I don't know. I guess, is it black magic that they're doing or like?
It's black magic.
Yeah. Okay. And then the last really question that I wanted to ask you, I wanted to get your like recommendations on your favorite foundation, your favorite setting spray, your favorite eyebrow products, and I know you wear lashes, but mascara or lashes.
Okay. My favorite foundation is Too Faced Born This Way foundation. What's the next one?
Setting spray.
Setting spray. Okay. I have I don't know how your skin is, Allie, but I have very dry skin.
Very what?
I have very dry skin. So I like hydrating setting spray. So I like the Milani. Make it dewy setting spray.
Dewy.
Or yeah.
Okay.
That's a spot on dupe for the MAC Fix Plus. Either two of those I love.
Oh wow. I didn't know that. Now I have more oily skin.
So you would want the Milani Make It Last. Best setting spray ever.
I've used that before and I do actually really love it. Right now I'm using a Joa Beauty. Have you heard of them? They're like a K-beauty brand it's actually owned by Sally Beauty and they're sold at CVS. Joa, Joah.
You cut out for a second. What did you say?
Right now I'm using a K-Beauty one. But I love finding different setting sprays that last. Setting spray is one of my favorite things. And I will say the Wet n Wild is a really, really good one that if you want something
Yeah, that's a good
affordable
one.
and you have oily skin. Yeah. Um, yes,
And then
Meg.
what's the
Joa.
next one?
Okay, so eyebrow.
Eyebrows. I like Anastasia.
Okay, which
The
one do
dip
you
brow.
use?
I use the dip brow pomade and I use the powder and the
Okay.
darkest shade that they have. Anastasia to me beats everyone. I like the Kat Von D too. I like the KVD pomade. I actually just got that today. But I love Anastasia because she's just the brow queen. Like she
Yeah.
started it all.
Yeah, she is. I actually got this one in my BoxyCharm. I'm out of it now, but it was like $30 or $40. So, but it's not in Sephora. This is like a brand that's more like a QVC, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was waterproof, and oh my god, it was really really good. I like pomades, but I love like a real skinny pencil because I have no brows and I have to like draw the front to like hairs. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
I have to create my whole brow. If you saw me without makeup, my brows stop like right here from plucking. They're
That's
gone.
how my mom's brows were too. My mom was like that too. And my mom, if you use a pencil, I actually like the what is the name of that pencil? It's the Benefit. The Benefit Precisely Brow. I like that one.
Yeah. Oh, I recently tried that. I haven't tried that one, but you know the one that has like you can change. It looks like one of those old school pens that you can
Yes,
change
I
the
like
color.
that one. Yeah, you can press it up and it's like a different color on it.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
I
I like that one.
love. Yes, that one was really good and it lasted like all day. Cuz if you I like drugstore ones, but they don't last and they're so waxy. They don't have like I need like a powdery. I don't want a super waxy pen that'll wipe right off. You know what I mean?
But Nix is good too. If they're drugstore, and they're the best too. Their micro brow pencil is really good, and it's called Nix.
I need to try that. I've
Yeah.
tried some of their makeup, but not that. Hey, I tried a good setting spray from them actually. I can't remember what it was called, but it was a while ago. Okay, and then the last one was lashes and mascara.
Well, lashes. Oh my goodness. I like all kinds of lashes. I just pick up wherever I see them. I like Kiss lashes. I like um, Envy lashes, and yeah. And sometimes I'll order some off of Instagram,
Oh,
but
cool. Like random
yeah,
brands.
like the random kind. And as far as mascara, to be honest with you, if if it was high end, I like the Better Than Sex mascara. If it is drugstore, there's this Elf mascara that they just came out with that is amazing. And then
I've been
also
wanting to
Voluminous.
try.
Yes, it's in a purple tube. You have to get it. And then also Voluminous by L'Oreal.
Okay. Yay, those were awesome recommendations. Do you ever go to TJ Maxx for makeup?
Can you hear me?
I couldn't, but did you hear me?
No.
I
Where
said,
did I cut off at?
you cut off after you said all the recommendations, and I said thank you, or I said yeah, and then I asked if you had been to TJ Maxx for makeup.
What?
Ah, thank you, listen peeps. Chat, do you guys have any questions before we go for her about anything? She said I could ask her anything. And then, are you there, Tia?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
Can you
you
hear
cut
me?
out for a second. I can hear you now. I
Okay.
did say I heard all your like recommendations, and then I asked if you ever went to TJ Maxx for makeup, and I was gonna say I am awful with lashes, but I can do some. But the ones that have been like the easiest are the most expensive, but they're those Lily lashes, and they actually are
Oh,
really
those
good.
are expensive. Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten really lashes before.
I got them
Um,
in a BoxyCharm, and they went like right on. I mean, they
yes,
just so easily went on.
I mean it does matter sometimes the quality, but the Lily lashes I heard were good. If those work for you, I recommend sticking with those. Even though they're expensive, they do last for like a month, right?
Yeah, this you can reuse them like how many times?
28, almost a
Wow,
month.
dang.
And
Hey
TJ
Teresa,
Maxx, I love TJ Maxx. I'm obsessed with TJ Maxx.
I love TJ Maxx too. Okay, Sandy Beach says favorite matte eyeshadows brands.
Favorite matte eyeshadow brands. Um, I love Huda Beauty matte eyeshadows. They're the best. And also Anastasia.
I like both of those. They're very good.
I mean, I would give
And
a drugstore recommendation, but it's hard for me because they don't really have good eyeshadows like drugstore brands.
ColourPop.
But Morphe, but yeah, ColourPop, that's it. ColourPop, Morphe, yes, that's true.
Yep. And like Wet and Wild, I know they're nowhere near the quality, but if you have to get something from there, and Milani actually, they've had some
Yes,
decent oh my god, makeup talk is so fun with you. You know all of it.
I'm always ready to talk makeup, Allie. I love makeup. I could talk about makeup for hours.
Okay, we got more. I asked if anyone had any questions for you before we went, and I told them you said, whatever you would answer, whatever. And there's a couple makeup questions. So, best color of eyeshadow for olive skin and hazel eyes. And there
Purple.
was
Oh, go ahead.
I thought there was one more, but I can't. Oh, face primer, and then the hazel eyes and olive skin.
Face primer, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't use a lot of face primer. I usually use a lot of moisturizer because I have dry skin. But as far as like for hazel eyes, purple, orange, a lot of things with orange undertones, browns, but browns with like a red undertone. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Like not a
And
cool tone ashy gray brown, but more of a orangey brown.
right. And yeah, I would say that those, unfortunately, for hazel eyes, and green too. Green is pretty too for hazel eyes, I think. But purple for brown eyes and hazel eyes is perfect.
Sure. Hello. I know it's late there. I'm sorry that you're if I woke you up because of this live or whatever. She's on across the pond. I always forget which land it is, but it's one of those.
I'm having
Scotland.
fun on this interview. Like literally, we were at the park eating
Well,
with
I'm
the
glad that
family.
I'm so happy that you came and did it. It was so fun. Vicky
And
says
the
I would
boys
love
were
to.
actually quiet. The boys were actually quiet the whole time. Thank you.
Thank you, boys. Vicky says I would love to find a great waterproof lengthening mascara under 30 bucks. And I wanted to say, Tia, have you ever, you can answer that if you know it. And then have you ever tried the Thrive Cosmetics mascara?
No.
It's a tubing mascara. And if you get it wet, I mean, it doesn't smear at all. I don't care if you
Whoa.
hold wet like water on your like wet on pads right here and remove it, it comes off in like tubes and none of it smears. It's crazy. I'm going to take a video to show you because it's like magic. Scotland. Char is in Scotland.
You're showing me the video?
No, I will later. I'll show you a video later of it, but it's really cool because it doesn't smear at all. It's a tubing mascara, so you can just pull it off like this, like really gently, and it will just come off in chunks with no like black under your eyes. It doesn't matter. If you cry, this will not run down your face. It doesn't run. It
Wow.
might come off if you cry really hard and you touch your eyes, but otherwise it's really cool, but it's expensive. My mom bought it
Oh,
for
I
me
bet
for
it
my
is.
birthday. Yeah, I wouldn't rebuy it, but if it was bought for me, I would use it again.
I'll have to try it. I'm not, to be honest with you, because I wear lashes, I'm not that big on mascara. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, no, Cheryl, the mascara that I got from that I wanted from what you sent me was the Milk Makeup Kush mascara, and I'm like getting ready to use it. I didn't want to open it until I finished like every last bit of the last one I was on, because I don't like too many of them open. They get old and they change. But I'm so
Yeah,
excited to use the Kush mascara. Have you used that?
I have, and it's good.
Yay! I'm
It's a
excited.
very good mascara.
Listen, Peep says, Tia, you should do a dupes video. Do you have any dupes videos?
I don't, but I definitely will. I haven't really thought of that, but that's actually a good idea because I do know that a lot of people would prefer to get affordable makeup, you know, and Huda
Yeah.
Beauty's not affordable. Sometimes it's nice to treat yourself to those kind of things, though, right?
Wait, who is it that does the dupe eyeshadows of Huda? I used to have one of them. They do all kinds of dupes, and they're actually kind of decent. Alter Ego or Bad Habit, it used to be. Now it's Alter Ego. You guys, they have really good affordable eyeshadows too, and they dupe all the popular palettes. Like Natasha Denona. You should see my dupes for Pat McGrath, Tia. I mean, they have dupes of the Pat McGrath special shades that have the glitter in them and stuff, and they're almost identical. They have the glitter and everything. They're so
Do
good.
you have a photograph palette?
I do not, but I've only seen them from other people, but no.
I don't either. I would like to get one just, just to have one day, just to show support because she is a Black makeup brand. So I probably will try to get one because I heard her shadows are out of this world amazing. So
I have too. And the dupe is amazing. I mean, it's really good. So I know the real one's got to be even better. And I
right.
do have a couple Natasha Denona palettes, but
I have one. I only have one.
They were from BoxyCharm. I wouldn't probably purchase that either. They're just so expensive. I mean, her big ones are what, like $129 for an eyeshadow palette?
Yes. So expensive.
Sandy Beach, it was the Milk Makeup Kush mascara. And then I want to make sure there's no more questions, and then I'm pretty much done. Oh, I do. Shar says, well, someone wanted to know what kind of perfume you wear, what kind of handbags you like, and Shar said, any recommendation for foundation for acne scars?
Yes. Okay. So I just use I'm not a big purse person. For a while, I didn't even carry a purse. I just like right now the backpack purses. And what is the name of this purse? Nine West. That's the only really a lot of the purses that I have. And as far as what was the other one? That was a good question. Perfume. Oh my God. I love Clinique Happy Heart. Not the regular Clinique Happy. It's pink. It is my favorite perfume ever.
I haven't smelled that.
It is so beautiful.
But cool.
It's awesome. And then I also like the Ariana Grande Candy.
Ooh, I've wanted to smell her. I've almost bought one of her other ones, that Cloud, when I was shopping for perfumes not long ago. Shar says, any recommendation for foundation for acne scars? And you said that Too Faced Born This Way was your favorite, and that one's super high coverage, right?
It's not, I don't think it's really good for acne scars. This isn't really full coverage. To be honest with you, for acne scars, if you're trying to cover that up, I say Fenty. 100%.
As far as perfume for me, I really like body spray with lotion, like Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret, just to like switch it up and have a lotion that smells good. But
Yeah.
there's this brand called Juliet Has a Gun, and they have a bunch of them that are really good, but they have one called Not a Perfume, and oh my God, it smells so good. It's expensive though. It's like $120 a bottle, but you can get it in different perfume services and stuff. What are y'all doing?
I'm just way over. He was just behind me. He's a flirt.
That's funny. I'm like, hello.
Right. No.
Oh, you guys are cute.
Irvin or whatever that happened with that line.
Bye, Nikki. Thank you for being here.
Remember that live I showed you? Yeah.
Well, I guess we're pretty much done. I asked you pretty much all I had, unless the chat has anything else. They're laughing over.
This was so much fun.
I know. Thank you for coming. It was
I
awesome.
had so much fun with this interview, Allie. I didn't think that you asked me such great questions on the spot. Like, wow.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I did write them down. So I was like watching your video. Anytime I interview one of the creators, like in this little series I've done, I will watch a bunch of their content. I'll spend like a few days before just listening as I'm cleaning and stuff. And then like as things come to me, but I did have like a few pages of questions for you. Notes.
I'm so excited that we did this because I don't know. I think you did an amazing job and you asked me questions that I had to actually think about of myself. So you did amazing.
Well, thank
I'm really happy with this. I have to interview you next.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad we did it. And then now, like I was telling you, which I know you will go far. And when you have fans that want to look back and learn about you and they're kind of searching for you, then they'll maybe find this and they'll get some more information about their favorite, makeup or commentary YouTuber, which is so cool, because I do believe that you are going to grow and grow and grow and grow. You are really good at what you do. You're super level-headed. You're very kind and sweet and fair and honest and open. And I will say, watching you throughout the whole drama that Melissa and I have been in, you did so great. You were so fair. I mean, I thought like we're fair to all sides and tried to really stay kind of neutral. And I noticed that. And I just want to say, I think you did a really good job with that. I know at the end it kind of got all like screwed up, but you did. You are a fair, honest, caring, wonderful woman. And I'm thankful to know you.
Well, I think you're amazing too, Allie. And I'm really, really glad that I met you. And I think that we're going to have an amazing friendship. You seem like you're a very loyal person. And I just really, really like you. I think you're amazing. So.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm loyal to a fault, girl. I'm here for you and ain't nobody going to change that.
Yeah, I'm loyal to a fault too. It always blows up in my face, but.
That's the way you should be, though, because there's not many people who are. Even like with Melissa, with all of this, like there's been other people who are not like the main, like there's other people who have tried starting, trying to get us to argue and turn it against each other and stuff. And I'm like, no, Melissa is my friend. I don't do that to my friends. I don't stab my friends in the back. You can't turn me on my friends. Like, don't do that. It's not going to work.
And that's the good quality about you. Don't ever let nobody change that about you, because people will try to change it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, well, I guess we're good to go. Listen, Peep says, I think it would be fun to do a live about lifting other ladies up. Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. I would be down for that for sure.
Yeah, me too. And you and I were talking kind of privately about the body shaming and stuff that was happening. And I just want to say, I think that as a community, we can do better than that. We have to do better than that. Because if we're literally trying to argue something, as soon as you body shame, your argument is gone. It doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? So if you're trying to fight for what's right or fight for what you believe in or whatever it is, just try to find better ways to express your opinions.
Yeah, because there is definitely too much body shaming going on around here.
Yeah.
And it's really making me mad, but that's another topic for a different day. And we will talk about that because I want to uplift women. I
All right.
want I want women to be uplifted. I don't want women to feel any less than the other.
You know what you said once on your channel, which I loved. It was so sweet. You said, I want women to come to my channel and feel beautiful and know that they are beautiful and to find beauty in themselves after coming here. And I'm like, oh my God, that is so sweet.
I'm so glad you noticed that, Allie.
I love that. It was so
That makes
sweet.
me cry.
Well, you are doing that and you're going to do that. I'm sure of it. So,
Yes. Thank you so much for having me, Allie. This was so much fun. I'm sorry that I wasn't like more on camera and sitting still, but I
no.
was doing this interview no matter what. We were at the mall. I'm like, oh shit, it's 8 o'clock. And I'm like, whatever. We're just going to work with it. And my
Well,
kids were so cooperative. So I got to buy them something because they were really, really good. And they think they're really pretty. They were looking at you.
oh, thank you. Yeah, and go buy them something awesome, and I will talk to you soon. And thank you for coming. It was so much fun. I could
Thank you for
literally sit
having me.
here and do it for like 5 more hours. So
Yes, we're going to do this again, you guys. I really, really figure out something to uplift women and hopefully get other women involved in it. Thank you, chat. Thank you guys for whoever showed up. I love you all, and I love you, Allie.
I love you, and I love you guys in the chat, and I'll talk to you soon. All right,
Bye.
bye. Bye.